A very good evening to all of you. Thank you for attending this professional development workshop, sharing with you about effective classroom management, adjustments to teaching strategies, and the process of consultation and collaboration for Liam so that he can assess and participate on the same basis as other children in all the educational activities. 5-year-old Liam is preparing for a transition to mainstream school next year. He is a caring, sociable, and enthusiastic child who loves swimming, soccer, and playing with his siblings and cousins. Liam has Down syndrome, which has impacted his speech development. Referring to his learning needs and goals, Liam must learn to follow verbal instructions to complete a task, develop communicative skills for engagement, toileting, and be self-reliant. A holistic approach to effective classroom management is demonstrated by Richmond's The Balance Model, showing the language of expectation, the language of acknowledgement, and the language of correction. According to the model, the language of expectation includes establishing expectation, giving instructions, waiting and scanning, and cueing with parallel acknowledgement. Language of acknowledgement consists of body language encouraging and descriptive encouraging, whereas the language of correction refers to selective attending, redirecting to the learning, giving a choice, and following through. In the case of Liam, we use visual cards to show turn-taking, sharing, and completion of a task to inform our expectations for safe and respectful play. We must give clear and straightforward instructions using basic, simple phrases and words. Liam needs extra time to respond, so we must allow the wait time. Rushing Liam to respond might create anxiety. If we need to repeat our instruction, try not to rephrase or proper question, as it confuses Liam. When Liam shows uncertainty in a play, we can cue another child to demonstrate how to play. When Liam meets play expectations by following instructions, we give a thumb up sign and say, "Well done," using the body language encouraging and descriptive encouraging. We must use the language of correction discreetly. A threatening tone against Liam's inappropriate behavior will upset him. Therefore, we use selective attending, focusing on Liam's right choices, and redirection, engaging Liam with an alternative. If Liam becomes destructive in a play, we ask him to make a choice, and we must be assertive at what we say. Liam learns about boundaries and limits for successful social engagement in this case. Regarding teaching strategies, we incorporate curriculum adjustments, instructional adjustments, and environmental adjustments. We aim to teach Liam mathematical language, numbers, to achieve learning outcome 5 of the early years learning framework. We set up a birthday party play corner based on Liam's interest. On the top of the birthday cake, which is a sponge, we will put a number 1 next to 1 candle. Using instructional adjustment, we transfer the mathematical knowledge 1 to Liam through vision and reinforce it by verbal articulation of 1 to Liam. Here, we use explicit and guided instructional language. Besides, we use repetition and drills for Liam to learn this basic mathematical concept. We make curriculum adjustments to the amount of input that Liam is ready to receive. As we interact with Liam through learning conversation, we ask short and simple questions and other instructional adjustments for Liam. We also provide alternative representation for assessment as Liam completes a number matching game on an iPad through touch screen method to demonstrate his understanding of mathematical language learning. As for environmental adjustment, we use colored candles to keep Liam on task. In a small world play, we set up a fairy garden with colorful lights and sparkles, with different sizes of colored fairies and houses, and other environmental adjustments on resources we make to enable Liam to access and participate in the activity, learning vocabulary that describes sizes, big and small, to achieve the learning outcome 4 of the elf. During the play, Liam puts the small fairy in the big house. We say small, pointing to the fairy, and big to the house, and give him a thumb up sign. If Liam tries to put a big fairy into a small house, we shake our heads to signal a mismatch. As an instructional adjustment, body language of giving a thumb up and shaking our head are used to promote Liam's learning. Liam's sorting skills can be enhanced by watching other children play. As a follow-up activity done in a group, we sort the objects in the room into big or small sizes. Instead of verbal articulation, children, including Liam, use color cards, as in green color for big and yellow color for small, to indicate their answers, aligning with the curriculum adjustment for assessment. This pedagogical answering technique using color cards empowers Liam to become a confident learner. Liam's level and typical adjustment are summarized in the table. Examples of adjustments happen throughout the day of Liam's learning are personalized and structured instruction for learning, communication, and assessment. Extra support with active supervision and monitoring. Adjustments to enable access to learning include interest-based learning experiences, closely supervised social group times, and multiplication of learning resources. Typical adjustments. Adjustments to teaching and learning. Use basic and simple words and questions. Use demonstration. Modify the amount of input per session. Adjustments to support communications. Use a balance of verbal and non-verbal language and visual cards. Adjustments to support health, personal care, or safety. Provide a support educator for safe play. Adjustments to enable access to learning. Provide a support educator to facilitate play experiences. Use colored resources. Use iPad and alternative for assessment. Consultation and collaboration are the obligations embedded in the Disability Standard of Education. Liam's support team is set up for the process of consultation and collaboration, comprising the principal, the support educator, the room leader, Liam's parents, Liam and his occupational therapist. The consultation process involves gathering information and making informed decisions based on policies and guidelines. As for collaboration, it is an ongoing interactive process where the support team agrees on a mutually shared goal, joining an effort to achieve a designated outcome. Consultation and collaboration support Liam's learning needs and enhance the support team's professional knowledge and development. Upon enrollment, the principal, the support educator, and I met with Liam's parents and Liam to learn about his interests and strengths and the impact of Down syndrome on his learning and development. We show Liam and his parents respect by using the people first language. Liam's parents express their expectations on Liam, his learning needs, and his learning goals. Liam's parents also provide the reports and the visual tools from Liam's occupational therapist, with whom we discuss on the phone about Liam's social barriers and required reasonable adjustments. We then contacted Liam's parents through our digital platform StoryPark app regarding our decision on the adjustments and the adult assistance provided for Liam. They were happy with the adjustments made, but suggested that the support educator is not Liam's aid, but extra support to all the children as they want Liam to learn independence. The support team will meet monthly to discuss progresses and changes and to review Liam's individual learning plan. Through genuine, open, and respectful conversation, this process of consultation and collaboration builds a trusting relationship between the educators, Liam and his family, and the occupational therapist. Each of us plays a role and shares a commitment to Liam's successful transition, removing social barriers for Liam to become a valuable member of the community. I will close tonight's workshop with a motivated quote from Dr. Kate. Inclusive education is harmful to none, useful for many, and essential for some. Thank you and have a lovely night.